Hi legends, what if I told you that there is a one change that you can do in Diablo Immortal that's gonna make your farming build so much better? So, I am talking, of course, about the new Skybreaker set item. Whenever I saw this, I was actually like thinking, man, this is gotta be or a wizard set or one of the most OP farming sets in the game. And man, I was actually not wrong. So here we have my Barbarian. I am just running Abyssal Verge, and as you know, like Barbarian is one of the best classes that you can go and just run around and kill everything. But with this set, it actually made it so much more powerful, because every 40 seconds you're gonna have this lightning nova or field, static field around you, that as long as you cross on top of the mobs, you're actually gonna be able to pretty much one-shot them. Not only that, every 6 seconds you're gonna have a blast that is gonna happen. It's gonna shock the enemies, and whenever they are shocked, you're gonna have like these chain lightnings that gonna come out through you, and it actually solves a lot of the issues that melee classes such as Barbarian have, because we don't have range, and like this we can actually, with those chain lightnings, finish it up the mobs, which it makes it super comfortable. So let's go here inside the game, and I'm gonna show you the set items so you guys can have like a bit more deep understanding on how it works. So Skybreakers, the 2 pieces, is gonna deal damage that's gonna unleash a lightning blast in a certain location, and then it's gonna apply the shock. This is what it does, AoE ability for 3 seconds. But what it does, shocking, means like it's gonna increase the lightning damage by 50%. And whenever these your mobs are gonna be shocked, they actually automatically gonna release a chain lightning that is gonna hit up to 4 targets, and that's how you actually gonna be able to blast all these packs, just because every 6 seconds you're gonna have these chain lightnings. Then every 40 seconds you're gonna have this field, electrical field around you for 12 seconds, which if you go here and you start attacking, you're gonna realize that it actually can be increased the duration with your beneficial effect duration, which is really nice. And like that, you're actually gonna have this more often than not, and like this you're actually gonna become a farming machine. But you may say, okay, Indez, but what if, like, Abyssal Verge is a bit, you know, easier. What if you just go to the open world? So I'm gonna show you here me farming in Inferno 7. Yes, this is Inferno 7, and as you guys can see, I just run through them, and whenever I do, there's like these chain lightnings, and the thing, have in mind, 6 seconds might seem a lot of time, and in farming usually it feels, but because you are actually running from pack to the pack, you actually, as you guys can see here, I even have to wait here 1 second, then the mob came, I got it back, and so on. We just keep running and killing everything. Obviously the build is also gonna help out that I'm also gonna share with you in this video. Then you might think, okay, this seems like very cool. What if I can actually use this for AFK farming? And that's also what I went to do. So I already shared, like in the past, like a Barbarian build for us to do. But if you sit your character in one spot, you're gonna realize that once the mobs actually gonna spawn, they're gonna attack you, and pretty much you're just gonna blast them through. Like, you have your pet, but also every 6 seconds you're gonna have those chain lightnings, and whenever they're gonna attack you, you're pretty much gonna reflect that damage, and you're gonna be able to kill everything. Here we are in a populated area. Here I think I'm gonna put my character, and I'm not even gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let them attack me. You sit here, and all of a sudden you're gonna see like a bunch of lightnings just popping up. You see the lightning blast from the 2 pieces. It just pops them. It literally just pops, and this is all from the power of the green set item. Okay, I will also share with you this build, but you may even think, okay, can I actually use this build, for example, in dungeons? And well, that's what I went to do. I went with this, and I went to test it out if it was actually gonna work. And the reality is, not only this build or the set items does not output as much damage, especially if you are a low resonance player. As you guys can see here, it's gonna take a while, but I mean, usually I average around like 3 to 4 million damage. Obviously this build, it is very popular. It used to be like one of the most broken builds, but it got nerfed, and now pretty much it's just like a farming Farming Build because it does enough damage for the open world, but it's not like that great here for the dungeons, unless you are probably like a massive whale. So I'm gonna show you here another one here that I did, and as you guys can see, like my damage output, it is not the best, it is not enough. Also, like you wanna usually go like with a bit more consistent damage when it comes to it. So unless you are like a massive whale and you can pretty much just like with one lightning blast still in challenge dungeons blast everything, I will not recommend to use these inside the dungeon because they are way better dungeon builds for it. So let's go inside the game once again, and I'm going to show you the build that I'm using. It is a build that was very popular in the Inferno 5, was whenever like the Whirling Wall came. Then you pretty much is just going to put your demoralize like as with a wind blast whenever you run. Then you have the Hydras mods going to leave flames behind you. Broken Iron, this one is not going to really use. Then you're going to have the Lion's Mane that whenever the demoralize hits the target is going to resolve the enemies dots that they have. Then you have the Thunder Legacy, which is gonna create a ring of fire around you, all of these, which is like pretty powerful. Then we have also the Snowdrifter. The sprint is gonna have a chill aura around you to trigger the damage to loss of control. The Iron Tusk, whenever the demoralize is gonna hit the enemy, is gonna increase your critical hit chance up to 22%, which is really powerful. And the Promised Sunrise, which you also have the demoralize whenever it hits a target, it's gonna have attack and movement speed, mainly just for attack speed because you are already using the sprint. And obviously then we are using the 6 pieces Skybreaker with the 2 pieces V2, so we can extend the duration not only of the Skybreaker but also our legendary gems. Here are the skills that we are using. I'm using the Brawler because I just want to be fast, and I am like rank 30, but if not, and if you are like under like the rank 30, you can go with something like this because you don't want to prioritize having equipments drop. Then obviously here you want to go with the Death's Release. It is really nice to pretty much farm with this. Then we have the legendary gems. Well, here I am using the Colossus for the skill damage because this is all skill damage, and also to make me bigger so I can run faster. The Bloodsoaked Jade for the 10% movement speed. I'm using the Void Spark as well because not only it is lightning damage, which is gonna be increase the damage of the void by 50%, but also it is another chain lightning which is gonna help you to pretty much just run through the mobs and kill everything. Roiling Consequence is gonna explode everything with the burning. There's some, every time that you're gonna create these burning explosions. Morn Skull, you have a lot of mobs, and the Morn Skull is gonna create like these vines that are gonna attack and increase your damage up to 22% at rank 5, which is insane. Then you have the Pain Clasp that we're gonna apply the burn effects and all of these things. Then we also have the Mother's Lament to increase our crit, and then we have the Spectral Glass that whenever you're gonna crit, you're gonna do more damage and you're gonna have increased chance. It only lasts for 2 seconds, but as you guys saw on the clips, well, they don't last not even that, right? So whenever you're gonna run through the open world, you literally is not even 1 second, right? Like they are just gonna destroy everything. But I'm gonna give you also here some free-to-play alternatives in case if you don't have, for example, the Void Spark, right? So alternatives, you have the Berserker Eye, really good. You have Everlasting Torment. You can even use the Misery Elixir. 5-star Bottle Hope, of course. Entropic Well, man, I cannot wait to actually put this at rank 10. It is gonna be really good. You also have the Fervent's Fang. You have the Crimson Bahility, and well, anything else that you might have. That, for example, the Blood Flow also pretty nice. So there's a Viper's Bite. There's a bunch of them that you can actually go and use as an alternative to these. So now, since you already saw it, well, I'm gonna show you here the AFK farming update build for the Barbarian. Pretty much the only answers that you need, you only need 2 things. You need this helmet, which is the greening effigy, with whenever you are in the Undying Rage state, you're gonna be able to counter attack them and do damage. While you are with the Undying Rage, you actually gonna not only prevent you from dying, but also it's gonna heal you up to 30% of the damage that you're doing. So you only need these ancestors, and now you also use the Undying Rage. now we are using here, we're not using the 6 pieces, we are only using the 4 pieces. Then we are using the 2 pieces mountebanks so we can have an extra shield, and then we are using the 2 pieces Vitus. That's what we are actually using. And if I show you here how it pretty much works, is that whenever you're gonna pretty much die, let me go here, you're gonna be able to get like some extra damage. Let me see a place that I'm gonna die, because it is even like really hard for me to die, man. Like, it's like they all just like, they just get like so much damage. But whenever you do, okay, maybe here we're gonna die. All right, we have a golden mob. He's gonna try, okay. So probably he's gonna proc here my Undying Rage. He proc the Undying Rage, as you guys see. And now I'm gonna do a lot of damage, and you guys are gonna see here on top my HP, I am fully recovered. So now I only have like 15 seconds of the cooldown on my Undying Rage. So pretty much by the next time that there's gonna be like mobs around, I'm gonna be able to kill everything, and that's usually how it goes. Don't forget also to put here some nettle pieces, because you're gonna gain the shield. You can actually put like 6 pieces nettle if you want to, just reflect. Or also there's here something that I want to show you, because this is the one that I usually use. I go with the grid, treasure find, XP, and also gold find, and also use the deniable, the inevitable, because the kill streak, the longer it goes, the more XP is gonna give you. And here it's not this one that I'm using. You can also use Death's Release, but personally I don't know why this actually is actually buggy. You're gonna go with the Soul Harvest, because whenever you're gonna kill a mob, it's gonna give you an extra shield, and like that you're pretty much just gonna be slightly a bit more safe. So this is what I'm using right now for farming. Both of these 2 builds are extremely good for Barbarian. One, it is the one that I use for active farming. The other one is like if you just want to go an AFK farm, like go for it, you can actually go and do it. But I can warn you, it's not as good as Necro by any means, okay? Because the mobs, they need to hit you, but definitely with these new set items, you're gonna be able to have the chain lightnings and do a lot more damage. So boys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my analysis and full breakdown when it comes to the Skybreaker. It is probably the best set items for farming in Diablo Immortal. You can also try in other classes. I am sure that's gonna also be very useful for this. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, type chips in the comments, and I catch you guys on the live streams. Peace!